Everyone, Mr. Anderson here. So this lesson is for percussionists. You see on the screen in front of you the snare drum part for March of the Squires. I had some people ask me specifically about these rhythms that include 16th notes. Now, if you're an 8th grader, you should have seen these 16th note rhythms before. But if you need review, this lesson might be good for you. For those of you that are in 7th grade or are second-year players, this is not a rhythm that I think we covered by the time school ended. So this is going to be a new thing for you. So before I get to March of the Squires, I want to sort of go over what 16th notes are. So we already know that quarter notes are equal to 1 beat. And if I split a quarter note in half and do the math, I get a pair of 8th notes. 1 quarter divided by 2 is 1/8. So I've got 2 8th notes are the same as 1 quarter note. If I split 8th notes in half, I would get 16th notes, which usually come in groups of 4. So a quarter note is the symbol for the beat. A pair of 8th notes is a symbol for the beat divided evenly in half. And then a set of 4 16th notes is a symbol for the beat divided evenly into 4 parts. So if I had an entire line of quarter notes, I would count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I had an entire line of 8th notes, I would count it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If I had an entire row of 16th notes, I would divide the beat evenly into 4 spots and 4 parts, and it would be 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. A lot of elementary school teachers teach this concept, and they call quarter notes ta, pairs of 8th notes tt, and they call groups of 16th notes ticka ticka, because that's what it sounds like. It's 4 even sounds. If you think of it that way, reading rhythms that have 16th notes in it are pretty simple. Ticka 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 ta. Or I got an easier rhythm. Maybe I should have started here. Ta ta ticka ticka ta. Ticka ticka ta, ticka ticka ta. Now in middle school, of course, we should be using numbers to count them. So we divide the beat 1, E, and it's still going to have the same sound. So it'll still be ticka 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 ta, but we count it 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4. 1, 2, 3E and a 4. 1E and a 2, 3E and a 4. The beat evenly divided into 4 parts. In March of the Squires, we see 16th notes in groups of 4 like this, but we'll also see 16th notes in this group here. So this is 1 8th note and 2 16th notes. So 4 16th notes is counted 1 E and we could count this 1 and so in rhythm words, a whole row of this would be T ticka 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 T, or we could count it with numbers 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Now going back to March of the Squires, we see that T ticka rhythm all over the place. Using elementary school rhythm words, here we have T ticka T T T ticka T T T ticka T T 2, or if we put it into counting, this would be 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3. I had to write pretty small there. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3. Now I've got some measures here where I have both the 16th notes in both of those patterns that I just talked about.
Lori Reed, could you come to the office, please? Lori, could you come to the office? Thank you.
Never thought I'd have a pre-recorded lesson interrupted by a PA announcement. So, in the second line here, we've got places where there are both patterns. T ticka t t ticka ticka ta, t ticka t t ticka ticka t t. Or if we counted these patterns out, I don't know if it's right so small. 1 and a 2 and 3E and a 4. And this other pattern over here, 1 and a 2 and 3E and a 4 and. So in real time, this pattern, 1 and a 2 and 3E and a 4. In this pattern, 1 and a 2 and 3E and a 4 and. The way that I recommend practicing this is by slowing it way, way down. Some people have a trouble with this because they think of those 16th notes as having to play really, really fast. 16th notes aren't fast notes. They're just notes that don't last very long. So one way to think of it is if you multiply everything by 2, so you take it up to the next step in the rhythm tree that I was showing at the beginning, it becomes much easier to read. So let's take a look at this rhythm here in measure 5. If I think of this as quarter note, I'm going to change that 8th note to a quarter note. I'm going to change this pair of 16th notes to a pair of 8th notes. I'm going to change this pair of 8th notes to 2 quarter notes. I'm going to change that 8th note to a quarter note. I'm going to change the 16th notes to a pair of 8th notes. And then I'm going to change this pair of 8th notes to 2 quarter notes. Now, if I read this with rhythm words, ta, ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ti, ta, ta, or 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, which would be the same rhythm as if I did it in 16th notes, 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and, but it's what we call augmented. So if you ever see a rhythm that looks like it's going to be hard to read, just think of how you can augment it. Do it again here on the screen a little bit bigger. So for example, here's another one. I'm going to take that 8th note, change it to a quarter, take these 16th notes, change it to a pair of 8th notes, take these 8th notes, change them to quarter notes, 4 16th notes, make 4 8th notes, and then 2 8th notes, 2 quarter notes. Ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, ti, 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 ta, ta. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, 4. Same rhythm as if I counted it in 16th notes. One and a 2 and 3E and a 4 and, or really slow, 1 and a 2 and 3E and a 4 and. So I highly recommend, as you're practicing March of the Squires, to take it into small bits and practice one measure at a time, as slow as you need to go to make sure you're getting it correctly, writing an augmentation if you need to, or just thinking the augmentation, and then putting it together into phrases of 4 measures, and then working it up to speed. The pieces like this can be challenging, and it was challenging for me to play the recording that I did for you all in one shot, because you never get a chance to breathe. The pattern just keeps on going. So you have to be really alert, know what beat you're on, and make sure that you're reading those rhythms correctly. For you guys, slow it down, take it one measure at a time, and then put it together into bigger chunks. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for stopping by.